We're
making good content here, she says.
We are making good content,
Our
myself and
call started 30 minutes ago and we were only starting recording now.
Oh, we were chatting for so long. We could have made an entire podcast out of that conversation because it was just brilliant.
Good. Well, there was a lot. Yeah, I was complaining about clients and you were complaining. So like, yeah, it's all good.
Yes.
It's all good. How are we getting on?
I'm good. Happy Black Friday, Jay.
Happy Black Friday. Oh, she's is Black Friday today.
It sure is.
Shop local if you can, guys.
Yes.
This will be out today, so shop local if you can.
Yes. And
Cyber Monday, obviously.
And to fellow marketeers who are in the retail space, like, hello.
Have a cup of coffee,
How are
guys.
you? Are
Have
you
a cup
okay?
of tea.
Plenty of tea and coffee. Like I looked back at memories on my phone because like when I was in Toronto, it was like next level, like craziness over there for marketing. And we'd create war rooms for our teams. And like we worked on, like, I worked on the Home Depot account for like, I think it was nearly about 3 years in a row. I think we were on it. And we'd like go into the room at like 7 a.m. and then we wouldn't finish up until 9 or 10 that night. And but the good thing is because of partnerships, like Google would send us lunch, Facebook would send us dinner, and like we just fed, but it's like it's so draining. And but like that beer that you have when you like finish the day, it's just, I don't know what it is about it, but it's like probably what it's like.
Yeah, it's a sip of victory, like.
Yeah. It's just, and I know it sounds really whatever, but it is like, and I know it's not manual labor, but it's like people who stare at screens for the entire day. Like you just, it's hard to speak afterwards.
Yeah, well, it just literally mentally drains you. Like it's so tough. Like there's times I've done, like not obviously that extent, but I'd be up here and I'd be working, I'd be editing, I'd be doing something for 4 or 5 hours, and then I go down and I can't talk to Jules, my wife. She's like, "You're right." I'm like, "I'm fine. I just need space. Like, just let's not talk for 2 hours." And just it is what it is. Like,
but like, I mean, you edit a lot of video content and audio content, and that's like, I find that's hard because you're staring at the exact same thing for hours.
I'm staring at your face.
Yeah, and you're listening to my voice. But you know, and like I find like especially people in the video space, like I don't know, like at least I'm working on, we'll say, loads of different campaigns and like I'm in and out of things, but you're like the same thing over and over.
Well, that's the beauty. So like a lot of people who work in that space would shoot to edit in their head. So like the 5 to 8 boys would do it. So like they have an idea of the way the video is cutting.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps in the post op of right. That's why I did that. And that's like, if you're smart enough to do that way, that's a massive time saver. But speaking of video, Muriel.
Good segue.
Or you can now watch us on YouTube. I've said, why not? Let's put the full clips up on YouTube so you can watch the entire podcast. If you prefer to watch podcasts, I prefer to watch podcasts. Obviously, when I'm driving, I listen, but I prefer to watch podcasts of an evening, like a talk show. Link in our bio. Our content is king on YouTube. Subscribe, guys. Let's get
I'm very excited. I'm very excited about that, and I can't wait to get back into the studio safely.
Brah.
Yes.
Next week. And also, that competition ends on the 30th, guys. The Republic of Work competition. I can't wait. We should do a live video or something to announce the winner.
We should. Oh, we should.
On the podcast and ring them on the podcast. Let's see. Let's see what we can do.
We're literally, this always happens where it's like, oh my God, and this. Oh my God.
Yeah, we have ideas on the podcast. I love it. This is our war room.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Traumatized. Yeah. No. And so if you want to win desk space for yourself, for your business, for the year worth €6,000 with Republic of Work, go enter this competition. You literally have like 3 more days max.
Even if you're a company like in Dublin and you have someone working in Cork, why not?
Oh,
I mean, like if you're in London and you have someone working in Ireland or Cork, like what are you doing? Like this is a free desk. This is a free space for 12 months. You have free rent for 12 months in Cork City, free coffees, meeting rooms, podcast studios, like it's all attached. Like, what are you doing?
Yes. Actually, I was even thinking that if you're in a company, even in Cork, and you have moved to complete remote working, if you enter it on behalf of your company and then literally raffle it between your staff, or have some sort of incentive where it's like whoever is
Yeah,
this or
it's all
whoever gets
good. It
wins
all
the desk
works.
for the year. Unreal.
But even that, if you are working for the likes of Apple or Amazon or Blizzard
Yeah.
or anything, if you're working from home and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm sick of working at home, I want to work in an environment that's safe,
Mm-hmm.
COVID safe. I want to, like, this is there. Like, why
Yeah.
aren't you doing this? Why aren't you like, get in there, kid? All you gotta do is
Get in there, kid.
get in there, kid. All you gotta do is send a photograph of your workspace at the moment, and that's it. And why you want to work in Republic of Work, I think, is on the website.
Yeah.
republicofwork.com/content is king. Link in our
Love it.
bio, or you can see it on Republic of Work's Twitter there and stuff, and our Twitter and stuff. So well, you don't have a Twitter, but my Twitter, personal. um,
What is that?
what?
What is that? Where
Yeah.
is that from? It's all over TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, Jay, it is not like it's quite annoying.
I love TikTok.
What is it? Where is it from? The aha.
Aha! I don't know. I know where it is, but I can't picture it in my head right now.
It's usually teamed up with the call me hand
Yeah.
and the sticky outy tonguey face.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, did all like some
It's a
guys
movie, isn't
decide
it?
they're gonna do this now and now it's cool?
It's a movie, isn't it?
I don't know.
Anyway, our
Yeah,
listeners are
ladies,
going, "What
if
the
you
fuck are
feel
they
me on
doing
that
now?"
one, hit us
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Let's jump into the headlines.
Mm.
So Instagram is testing a new FAQ option for direct interaction. So basically, if you go onto Facebook and go to any business's messenger, they have 4 or 5 questions. They are automatically. It's the exact same thing basically for Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Handy.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't happen already, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't got it. Do you have it?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, they're still rolling it out, so it should be with you soon enough. But again, yeah, if it's handy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, let's move on.
Like, go on.
I know that you're going to jump at this one, but Spotlight.
Yes. Snapchat Spotlight. So do you remember when I got really excited because Snapchat added sounds?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, what are they going to do with it? Because like they're hardly just going to team up with a massive music network and then just allow you to add sounds to send it to your private, like to your followers or whatever, or to your friends. And then they brought out Spotlight. So it's essentially another section of their app at the bottom in the tab. And it's a vertical scroll, full screen video sharing part of the platform. And it's full of people who you do not follow. And it is essentially TikTok for Instagram or for Snapchat. And it's interesting because you can add to Spotlight from your own platform, and they've created this big huge creators fund, which is like $1 million a day that they're sharing.
Insane.
It's crazy.
I was just reading it. Like,
They have this like big huge like creator fund that they're giving to like everyone who reaches their Spotlight section. They're giving them money for creating content every day.
I was reading the terms and conditions, just going through it, because they keep saying value threshold. If you hit the value threshold, you hit the value threshold, you hit $250 a day payments. I'm like, but they don't tell you what the value threshold is.
Yeah.
I've been going through the terms and conditions. I can't find it anywhere. So if you know, let me know, because I'd love to know actually, like, is it like, obviously it's a certain amount of views or a certain amount of shares. But it could be very interesting. See, I've seen people complaining, saying, oh, they just stole that from TikTok, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, lads, Instagram wouldn't be the biggest platform in the world if they didn't steal what Snapchat had, stories. If Instagram never stole stories, Snapchat's the biggest platform in the world right now.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So that game is just always going to be happening between these giants. They're always going to be stealing the best content, the best tricks, unless they patent them, which I don't think they can they? A lot of them
No,
can.
but you see, the thing is that every social network had its own separate thing going on. Instagram was your picture, your social picture book. Facebook was your anything goes. Twitter was your news, your in the moment, your real time. TikTok, video. Snapchat was basically stories. And then Instagram was like, oh,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So rob.
Yeah, it's business, like,
Shit business, yeah.
and they dominated with it. So
Yeah.
get off your high horse with that kind of stuff, because you wouldn't be on Instagram today if they didn't steal the stories. Like,
Yeah.
um, it's very interesting to see where this goes. I'm very excited to see where this
But
goes because this could really give Snapchat a boost.
do you know what though? Snapchat know their audience. Like Snapchat know they are Gen Z first. They put literally teens in there. These are our audience. And then
Mhm.
everybody else is just great. If you want to come here, that's fine, but we're here for Gen Z. So they've never really become a polished platform. They've always been like weird, wonderful, like full of like filters and
Quirky, yeah.
like the gaming element of it. And now they're adding this to it because they obviously they have like messaging on it, and they have, because I told you I use Snapchat as a messaging app. Like I use it to message.
You're so Gen Z.
Like I'm so Gen Z,
You're not though.
but
You're
like,
millennial. We've had this conversation. You're a
yeah,
millennial,
oh,
aren't
I'm
you?
a millennial,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But like I'm
Let me in.
I'm a 90s kid. I'm not a Gen Z. But I use Snapchat as a messaging app. Like
Mm.
that is anyway. But think about it, right? They've their stories, they've this, they've that. And now they're like, we'll just create a TikTok, we'll say feature within our app so that Gen Zers don't have to leave. But Gen Z love a little bit of dala, and they love to like they like, a lot of them are not working, they're money hungry, and now they're like, if I create a video and it goes, we'll say, into Spotlight, and I make like $20 or $30, amazing, so I'm going to keep creating content, stay on the app and make a little bit of cash money. So
Do you know?
it just makes, so like, it's genius from Snapchat because they're not trying to target like millennials or like boomers, because they're
No.
like, we know that this creator fund won't be appealing to you, however Gen Z will be all over that.
Yeah, and they know. And as you said, the kids these days are
It's these
kids these days
those
are
you.
way, yeah, says me the 30-year-old. But you understand what I mean? Like they're way more creative, they're way more freedom like that to just, like, my wife made her first TikTok last night. She was delighted with herself. She started a
Yeah.
cleaning TikTok that she's
Oh,
grease stains and all this kind of stuff. She loves that, like she loves doing that. So
oh, I
cool.
love watching people clean.
So
It's
she,
so therapeutic, isn't it?
yeah, it is like just the ones where they kind of just go down perfectly and it's like,
Oh,
hmm.
oh,
So she's
or like
starting her
those
own little thing
power
like that.
washing ones. Oh,
Yeah. So like it just shows you it's such a
yeah.
smart move by Snapchat. Yes, the TikTok fund is there, but they don't really shout it out. They don't really say, "Oh, here, guys,
Well,
Snapchat are like."
with the actual TikTok fund, we'll say that's for people who get over a certain amount of views. Whereas I
Yeah,
feel like once you feature in Spotlight, it's like, here's a little bit of money.
here's 10
You know?
bucks. Yeah, just kind of keep you
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. Like I'm quite I'm quite all for this. Can you tell?
Can you tell? Do
Actually,
you?
interesting, like, side question, right? Because I weirdly have these thoughts, right? But this morning when I woke up, I was like, what would my teenage self be like on social media? Like, what app would I be on? Like, think about, we'll say, your 14-year-old self, right? And think about all the apps that are out there right now. What would be your social media personality? Like, what would you be doing? Because like, it's so, like, I don't know, I'd love to like throw it out to people as well, and like think about your, like, what you were like and what would appeal to you and what type of content you'd be putting out there.
I think I would be on Twitch.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'd be gaming.
Yeah.
At 14, I think I'd be gaming.
Yeah.
That would be my community. I'd be building there. Like I love Twitch. I tried doing Twitch in the last lockdown, but it just, I don't know. I have the vibe or whatever it was, but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Twitch for me.
Okay.
You
I'd be 100.
Snappy
Huh?
Snapchat.
I'd be either Snapchat, or I think I'd be TikTok though. I'd be that person creating, like, because think about how, okay, I was quite innocent. I don't know about you, Jay, but I was like, even when I was younger, I was that person who would like make up like a dance, like, music video to a song, and like go into my bedroom or like go into a garage or like be with my friends and be like, okay, you be this person and I'll
Oh
be Brittany, and
God.
then we can swap. And like, you're just like there with the brushes. Like, I would be that person on TikTok, either lip syncing or doing the dances and making like a TikTok wall behind me, and I'd be just like, hi.
But how bad? Like,
Yeah.
you did it. You just didn't have a camera on you at the time.
Yeah, but
You know?
it's interesting to see like what I mean. I know obviously we have evolved a lot as like I mean our teenagers now are like amazing content creators, amazing editors, amazing like artists, and just it's phenomenal the stuff that they're creating, and like now they have these platforms to actually learn skills. Can you imagine like what they're going to be like when they're in their 20s as video editors?
Just insane. Not even
Oh,
like late teens, they'd be fucking
yeah.
shit hot.
Like
Shit
even
hot
like
editors.
all like cinematic everything, like even just like movies, I feel like we're in for such an amazing like creative journey
Yeah.
with like Gen Zers right now, and I'm yeah.
Wait and see. Wait,
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it all.
yeah.
I have another headline? What do I have? TikTok launches a holiday playbook for small businesses. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
Go to tiktokbusiness.com, I think it is, isn't it? Or even
Talk
TikTok.
for
If you
business.
search, if you TikTok for business and then search playbook for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
it's so handy. They give you literally play by plays for small business. If you feel that you don't feel like you don't belong on TikTok, that's completely wrong. You do
Yeah,
belong on TikTok. Everyone belongs on TikTok.
yeah.
Um, they they have nice templates they help you with. They give you stats, the biggest hashtags, what to be
Mm-hmm.
using, where to be posting, what times to be posting. Like, it's
Yeah.
perfect. It really is. Like, they
And
have like,
if you're thinking about your 2021 strategies and you want to do something new and different, then download that and just give TikTok a go in 2021.
guys, TikTok is our biggest audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's our biggest audience socially because
Yeah.
one of our videos went a bit viral, and now we have 4,000 plus followers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a mix of states, UK, Ireland, Europe. Like, it's insane. We have people messaging us and following us. Like, I was chatting to a chap on Instagram yesterday in the UK. He had some problem with ads.
Mm-hmm.
He just DM'd us asking about ads, and like, I was
Yeah.
yeah, I literally gave him some info back. But like, to be
Yeah.
thinking he's in Liverpool, he's working away, and he's here listen to our podcast, and he DM'd us
Yeah.
because of TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
people do like to support small businesses on TikTok too,
yeah.
and they love their merch, don't they? They
Mhm.
love like any like retail company that's that little bit different, that has a good backstory. So if that's you and you're like, "Oh, I could tell my story on TikTok. I could showcase my products on TikTok." And there you go. Like
Yeah.
you could go viral,
Go
and even though I
viral.
hate that word, but still, you could go viral,
You
and
could blow up.
you could blow up, and then
Don't forget we're putting this video on you doing your lips.
it's Caramex. If any, like, I'm sorry, I suffer from dry lips, and I need this. This is my vice. If I do not have Caramex, like, then
It,
it's game over
all year round or just winter?
all year.
Okay.
In Me, Myself, and Irene, where
Mhm.
he gets cotton mouth.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
Yeah. That's you, is
that's
it?
what I get like when I don't have this near me.
Carmex. So do check out the TikTok launch, the playbook. Do check it out.
Yeah.
If you're a small business, DM us if you have any
Yeah.
questions. I'm happy to help if you're stuck on it.
Yeah. Have you, because the last time we spoke, fleets had literally just arrived. Have you been using them, and what do you think of them?
I have been using them to promote the podcast on
Yeah.
my personal. I don't have a Twitter for the podcast. I don't think we need one.
Yeah.
But clunky, very clunky. It's annoying. There's no tag scenario. There's
Yeah.
no filters, and like, it's just, I don't know. It's a bit clunky at the moment. They're working it out.
Mhm.
So I'm just putting our clips that I put on TikTok up there. It's just the best
And
thing.
have you watched other people's fleets?
No, at
You're
all.
still going through your homepage as normal.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Are you
I
watching
don't.
fleets? No.
No. No.
I don't need to.
It's
I don't need
you know
to.
what? I keep getting tagged in that meme where it's like, we don't need stories for every platform. You know, that guy with the like
Do
cardboard
to the
sign.
sign.
Yeah. But I think that look, ugh, I don't know, will they become a thing? I think they're definitely worth using because now you're getting more real estate on every app like LinkedIn and Twitter. But whether they'll
Well, I think what you said last week about Instagram might apply to Twitter as well, that people don't want to see stories on these platforms. They're
or
happy
like
just to
LinkedIn.
get their news. Yeah, like LinkedIn, excuse me. Like you said last week about LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They don't like LinkedIn is a desktop first, I think, as you said. And that's why
Yeah.
stories aren't being used there. But
Mm.
Twitter, like the first week was just people going, "Oh my God, Fleets is here! Oh my God, Fleets is here!" And if I go to Instagram, it's just cross promoting. They're just cross posting. Like why I was, like it's
Oh,
not.
I would.
They're not.
I
Yeah, no one's recreating. So
mm.
like a lot of people who go on social have a rhythm where they'll go Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and they'll do their little 20 minutes or 15 minutes of checking up everything. And if they
Mm.
start seeing repeated stories across all platforms, they're like, no, I won't. I'll wait for my favorite one and I'll check out their stuff on that one.
Yeah. Unless you literally have a different thing that you want to say. And if you have different, like, I know for my own personal audience, my LinkedIn is very different to my Instagram. So I do post like similar content across those because they don't reach the same people.
Yeah.
But like that, I just think if I put the same story on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, that it would just be, I would get exhausted
Yeah.
just even doing that alone.
And exactly. And your brand will get exhausted by doing the
Mhm.
same thing over and over. So don't do it. Like just don't cross. Like I can't say don't do it because I'm doing it, but if you can figure out something, figure out a
Mhm.
per platform, be it that you save a bit of content for each instead of putting across all of them. I think that'll probably be the
Yeah.
best thing.
Tailor it, but again, like we said before, it's like a full-time job to have to tailor content to every
Yeah,
platform as well. So,
Swift it up, like
mhm.
Taylor Swift.
That's like something I would say.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I
I didn't mean
appreciate it.
to.
Hey.
Let's give our shout outs.
Mhm.
Our shout outs. Do you have a room 101? I have
I
a
do.
listeners room 101. I'm going to use that as mine / listeners.
Of course you are.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Cop
It is a
out.
good one. And it is and it isn't.
Cop out.
Give your shout out there, would you?
Okay, so we decided this week, and we might bring it back as a theme as well, to shout out friends / families who
Mm-hmm.
have their own little something going on. So for me, I want to shout out my good friend Amy, Amy O'Connor. She is a poet from Ireland, and she has brought poetry into the land of social media in a way that people can consume it and not, like, basically for our generation and ways. And I'm saying this so weirdly, but she is like, she has an
I'm looking
account.
at her. Sorry, I'm looking at her Instagram. I'm not ignoring. I'm actually looking at her
I
Instagram.
know. She has an account called at AOC Poetry. So AOC Poetry on Instagram. And it's basically like, it's built for this platform, for social media. Like, I never
It's
thought
beautiful.
that I'd be
Beautiful, I think, is
enjoying poetry on Instagram. And it's not like, what I love about it is it's not like Tumblr quotes, and it's
yeah,
not just like somebody sitting, these like stock images of people like looking out yonder, and then it's like, be yourself, or like blah blah blah, blah. It's like, she's written these poems. They are from her. They are raw. They're real. And she just, like, she uses her own images that she's taken. The flow, the content, the aesthetic is beautiful. So, and she's self-published a book as well last year, and it's
epic.
called A Beautiful Complexity, and it's available on Amazon if anybody's looking for Christmas gifts for people. And she's
Do you know?
just
Do you know?
like,
Sometimes people just get it.
yeah,
People just get it. She
yeah,
just got it. Like they're
yeah.
bite sized. They're perfect. Like if
Mhm.
you want to get a daily poem, which I followed her now. I'm gonna get like I'm
Yay.
intrigued. Like
Yeah,
just to read it. It's literally 4 or 5 lines on
it's it's
a
stunning.
beautiful image or artwork piece done.
Yeah.
Like if guys
Mhm.
check out, like even if you're not into poetry, check out just the aesthetic of it. It's beautiful. The
Yeah.
branding is gorgeous. She knows, like every
Mhm.
way she's done it is just the crisscrossing of the post is gorgeous with the written
Oh, it's
poetry and then
stunning.
the image poetry, and
Yeah.
some people just get it and she gets it, guys. So follow
Yeah.
Amy. Definitely
Yeah,
follow Amy.
definitely. And I know everyone creates content, but imagine having to write a poem for every single post. Like, it ain't easy. So yeah, that girl works really hard. So she deserves a shout out.
Yes. My shout out is my stepmom, Ev Woodard Portraits. It's an interesting story. So Ev used to run what was it called? Rosenbluth call center in Killarney. So it was like a massive She was a massive travel agency. She ever used to be a manager of them, run the place with a
Okay.
team. And my dad started photography, and he became a wedding photographer and was busy and busy, busy. And it came to the point where Ev started helping dad on the weekends, just carrying stuff and cameras and stuff, and just got a love of it then. And then she started shooting, and then dad's like, "You have an extremely good eye. We need to join up. We need to team up." So my parents were, I believe, now I could be wrong, but I could be very right as well, saying they were the first couple photographers in Ireland, wedding photographers.
Okay.
Um, they shot Michael Flatley's wedding. They've done huge weddings. They've won awards, and now Dad is taking a small step back on the weddings, and so is Ev. And Ev has branched into personal branding. So Dad is behind her. Dad's doing all the editing and all the kind of all the editing work and just all the branding. Well, not the branding, but Ev is doing all that. But Dad's doing all the editing stuff, and Ev is doing photo shoots, meeting the women. So if you are a lady over 40s and want to be in a branded photo shoot and portraits, like just go to her Instagram, EV_Woodard, WOODARD. You'll
Mhm.
see the style. She's worked with Shen, she's worked with Helena O'Brien, she's worked with tons of people in Cork. She's really branched into Cork.
Yeah. But I think that might actually, because I've seen her work and she's honestly such a lovely person as well. Like she seems like she's just a lovely, wholesome person. But the way that she captures people is stunning. And I
Yeah.
think it might actually be a nice, even like a gift to gift somebody a photographer and get them, like if they're feeling a bit
Yeah,
low and be like,
she does vouchers, she does that kind of stuff, like
yeah,
a
and
little
just be
branding
like,
shoot.
do a shoot and just feel good and have lovely photos, like gift it to your friend who might be feeling a bit low and just
Yeah.
needs a bit of a boost. Like what a beautiful gift to give
Yeah,
somebody.
but like even I think even for your business, because we're
Oh
all
yeah.
personal
Oh
branding and
yeah.
business, like there's nothing stronger than a good shot of you. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh, like
cameras
LinkedIn
class.
profile
Yeah.
pictures, like
Just
let's get
everything.
rid of.
Just yeah, website, everything. So definitely check out even evelynwoodartphotographer.com
Yeah.
is the website. So there you go, Ev.
Yeah. Fab.
Yes.
Love that.
I
Nice
think
little
she
bit
she
of.
she listens anyway, so she'll be going, oh, Jesus.
I know, I love it. And like for those of you who still have their LinkedIn profile pictures as their graduation photo, give Ev a shout, please.
I know, and I look, that's my room 101. That's
Hey.
my room 101. I'm gonna write it down right now. Do you want to start your room 101 on a pro bono? We doing pro bono.
Oh yes, we are. Yeah.
Pro bono was, we said, a frizz bomb bath bombs. So go to Instagram, go to frizz bomb bath bombs. I'll give you a second while you're doing it. So shall I go or do you want to go? You can go first if you want.
See, I have been following this account and I know this person. So I don't know, do I want you to like blind react first so
Okay.
that I don't murky it for you?
Okay, no problem. So
That's so grammatically wrong, but go on.
I know. Look, what's this person's name? Do we know the person's name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Hmm.
Okay. Charlotte, how are you doing? Firstly, hope you're doing well. The first thing I saw was keep calm. It's only 7 weeks to Christmas. Look, we've talked about this. This is when you don't have content and you're posting stuff for the sake of posting. I prefer you not to post. But let's start from the start, right? So I can see you're starting to push, like you have a shop, so you are interested in this idea of social media. Everything's listed. Your products look great. They do. They look. You were saying you said you did a bath bomb and it was unbelievable, did you?
Oh my God, yes. It was one of the like mood booster ones, and I was really stressed. It was like a few weeks ago, and I never take baths ever. Like as in like it had been a few years, and I used one because I was like, I wanted to support my friend's business, so I got a couple of bath bombs, and I used it, and I literally came out of the bath, and I was like, what's in that? I was like so relaxed. I had to go straight to bed. Like it was just. So yeah,
So we know
whatever's
the
in.
product. We know the product works. We know the product
Yeah.
is
Oh,
solid.
I can stand
So
over that. Yeah,
we
100%.
would like what you want is you want this product it deserves a good Instagram, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The logo is too squiggly. I think you need a solid logo. I think you need to redo your logo. It just, I can even Fizzbomb bath. Like, I understand that's the title and stuff. But it's just, it just looks like squiggles if you're looking at Instagram. Um, do a bit more in your info, in your little bio. You can get a lot more out of that. Stressed, we can help camp. That's going to just kind of give buzzwords and just catch
Mhm.
people off and go, yeah, I need this. Um, with Christmas coming up, I think there's plenty of stuff to do. Even if you, a nice idea would be to do. Have you done lives? Not really. If you were to do lives with like therapists and specialists, and the idea of relaxations, or do a relaxation talks that you can, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? The benefits of
Mhm.
relaxing, all that kind of stuff in business.
Yeah.
Um, excuse me, I have a hair in my mouth. Apologies. Um, if you can
There's hair
like,
on your face, so it's
yeah,
fine.
exactly. Movember.com. So we if you can do like we said to Hallmark, if you can get a basis color in the background, or three different ones. If you like, if you did three subtle calming colors per, like one color per tile, if that makes sense, and get a nice pattern going with your images above that, I think you'd rock it. I think I need to feel relaxed looking at your Instagram. I need to feel like somewhat of, if I've had a bath and I'm looking at your Instagram, I just kind of feel cozy and warm. So that kind of color palette, I think, is what
Yeah.
you need. If you can create content instead of taking content offline, I know it's hard, but if you can, the likes of Canva, Pixels, they're all there for free.
Mhm.
I know it's just a few hours. If you can do a few hours on a Sunday or Monday and just schedule it out for the week on the Creator Studio, you'll be laughing, and you'll be so happy with the aesthetic, the way it looks, and your fans will too. Like, you have nearly 600 fans, like that will only grow fast. So once it looks even prettier,
Mhm.
like I see you have a Black Friday screenshot. Like, it's just if you can avoid the screenshots, now you have shots of bats and like candles, and that's what you need to be going down the Pinterest. Like, if you Google bath bombs or beautiful bathrooms or bath time on Pinterest, I'm guessing you'll see a lot of whites, a lot of marbles, a lot of candles, a lot of bubbles. That's the theme I would go with. That kind of idea of pure relaxation,
Mhm.
looking at your Instagram, is how I would do it.
Yeah.
um you're doing shopping posts. I see, like, you've like, so you're creating, Charlotte's creating like Black Friday. She did one for
Yeah.
shops. I can see that. So you're getting there. You are starting to create. So just keep going.
Yeah.
Going.
Wow.
Was I a bit brutal there? I wasn't, was I?
No, no.
Okay.
Like, I feel like Charlotte, like, I know you're listening to this now and you're probably getting a notebook and you're like stress writing it all. Because there's a lot in there to take. And I think the fact that like you launched in the middle of a pandemic, and the fact that you already have like a nice engaged community online is brilliant. I do think that if you're making a kind of a 2021 list of things to do, I think if you even put a little budget aside for product photography, because you have, a certain amount of products, that it would be lovely to get some professional shots of your products. I know it's hard to photograph a bath bomb, because like you have it on its own, and then you have a bath that's bubbly, but like how do you photograph the process? So it might be worth to maybe have a chat with a few kind of businesses that are into product photography, get a few quotes from them and see what ideas they come back to you with. And it's worth making that investment, because if you want to scale up, then having like beautiful pictures would be great. Even if you're not completely comfortable with Canva, you can talk to a couple of, like, this is just making a little brand kit for yourself. But if you did want to talk to a designer, again, get a few quotes, but see if they can create some Canva templates for you,
Mm-hmm.
that like you're starting with something that you're like, actually I'll pay however much, 200-300 quid, get a designer to just create some Canva templates for me that is in my branding, and I can, like, between that and like my nice product photography, I'm kind of set up for my content for a while. And then once, and I find that when I work with people and I kind of revamp their social medias, once they see the aesthetic starting to build, they don't post the like filler content anymore, because they're like, oh, I'll ruin my aesthetic
Yeah.
if I do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, once you commit to prettyfying your content. And I know it's harder to schedule content when it's shopping posts, because you currently can't properly tag shopping posts for scheduled
Yeah.
situations. So, but I think that like when you find your own flow and you find your own aesthetic, and when like customers send you pictures and customers like shout you out, like all of that is content for you to use as well. So it's worth investing, because you are like, you're growing, and I have used your products, and I feel that it is something that you should invest in, because you will have repeat custom. So yeah, but I think everything Jay said is completely exactly what you should do.
I'm kind of shocked as well by because of who you are on your page. I only see one video of a bath bomb.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
that's bath porn. Like that's what you want. That's what TikTok. That's like that kind of stuff. I know
Yeah,
you don't want to use the product, but if you can do it nicely where it's lit properly, or
yeah,
as Mira said, get a little product shoot going. If you could
yeah,
high quality videos of you throwing bath bombs, I love watching that stuff.
yeah.
It's just
And I
watching
know,
the bath fizz and stuff. And
and that's the thing. And like some people who listen to this podcast are business owners and who've made an amazing product, but don't have a marketing background.
Mhm.
So like, I know that even things like Black Friday, people are like, what should I have done? Or like, what do I do? And
Yeah,
like, I know it's hard when you are making the products and you're selling the products, and now you're like, how do I market them? Because I don't have the budget to hire like help.
yeah,
So just starting with simple things like that. But also because you are the business owner, and I know Charlotte, and like, I'm like, would you put yourself out there and put yourself, as at least a hello, I'm Charlotte, this is my company. And even just one, it could be a picture of you with like the writing on the side if you're not comfortable with talking, but or give Ev a shout, give good old Ev Woodard a
exactly,
shout, do a little bit
exactly.
of a professional shoot, and and just introduce yourself to people, because people buy from people.
Mhm.
So that could be another thing that
I
you
see
branch
you're in
into.
our highlights.
I
Your
am.
big head is in our highlights.
My
But
big
anyway.
head, that's the thing, branded highlights. Throw an old branded highlight over my face there,
Ah.
please.
um, as well, I was going to say to you, and it's gone from my mind. God damn it! No, excuse me. If there's any designers listening who could help out Frizz Bomb Bats, that just DM her, just talk to her. Like if you can help, or if you want to work together, just give her some pricing so she has an
Yeah.
idea. Like this is what this whole thing's about. That's what we're trying to build, is a community of designers and marketeers and businesses that
Yeah.
can all help each other. So if you are a designer
Mm.
listening, go to Frizz Bomb Bats, FRIZZ Bomb Bats Bombs, and throw a DM if you can help
You're
and say,
butchering
look,
it. For his bomb bath bombs.
Frizz Bomb Bat Bombs.
There you go.
There you go. I butcher most things, but anyway, DM her, hit her up. Hope that helps.
Yeah.
Your room 101 jingle. I love in the video people watching going, what are they waiting for?
Okay. My room 101 is actually quite simple. It's basically when people take a quote from online, like what's for you won't pass you, and then they put their name to it.
Oh no, you can't do that. Like,
Do you
just
know?
just you can't do it. Like,
Just like, if it's a quote from somebody else, just credit them and then put your branding on it if you want. But that does annoy me when it's like there's like no place like home, or like something like that, and then they just have their name as if they said it.
well, yeah, just even have it in air quotes, and that's it. Don't have names, don't have your logo, just have it done nicely, and then you don't have to credit in
Yeah,
those kind
or
of
have like
sayings.
unknown under. I don't know. It's coming back to this whole thing I have about like intellectual property. It's like if somebody ripped off my friend Amy's poem and just took like her wording and then threw their
And
name or
cropped,
their
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. I
their
know what you
brand
mean.
underneath it. I'd be like,
I'd report them.
I'd hunt them down, and I'd be like, remove that. That is not your quote. That's not your poem. And you're putting your name to it like you wrote it, and people are sharing it being like, oh my God, so true. And I'm like, hey,
I wonder, does she have that much more hassle like that?
it hasn't really
Okay,
happened,
hopefully it
but
doesn't. Hopefully we didn't start it.
some people can take inspiration from it, if you know what I mean, which is infuriating. But
I meant to say this at the start of the podcast. There's a young chap called Marek. now I'm going to butcher the poor man's surname. Zabansky, I believe it is. Marek Zabansky. So Marek is 18, I think. I met Marek 2 or 3 years ago when he put himself into Startup Weekend. Like he was 15 doing Startup Weekend. He's in like he's one of the
Uh,
guys like you have to watch in the future because do you know one of those people? You're like, I know
oh yeah, rising star, like.
you're going to be absolutely class and
Yeah.
successful. And but Marek is his agency is called Blue Dawn Agency, and they're doing 20 free websites for small businesses on the lead up to Christmas and like just a pandemic and stuff. So Blue Dawn Agency, check them out, DM them. He's doing 20 free websites just to help small businesses get online and stuff. I think he's 17 or 18. He's on LinkedIn, but Blue Dawn Agency on Instagram or .com.
Oh wow.
Marek, MarekZBAN ZBANSKI Zabansky. So Blue Dawn Agency, they're doing 20 free websites, and he asked me to give him a shout out because he just needs help with that kind of stuff. He's a nice kid. I've met
Yeah,
him a few times for coffee.
that's
Uh,
incredible.
yeah, he's a
Wow.
good kid. Now let me go back to shitting on people. Um, so Adam Draper is a listener. He sent one in and he said, my room 101 would be what I consider conveyor belt marketing, where companies, I won't yell any specific names, sell marketing services, but in reality, behind the scenes, all they're doing is having some sales team and some cookie cutter strategies. I feel like 3 out of the 4 companies I've worked with in the past have been burnt really badly by these kind of scenarios, and it makes them distrust digital marketing agencies.
Mhm.
So true. We talked about it earlier. Like
Yeah, I've like, and we've both been in scenarios where we've had to pick up the pieces
you're
from
cleaning up.
somebody else. Yeah.
It's there's a few in Cork. There's a few in like there's always these people who go, oh, this is easy. I'll do this. They
Yeah.
charge a retainer of 1,500 quid a month. They fuck shit up for everyone, and then they're like, the person's like, look, this isn't working. They're like, okay, no worries. They leave, and then you bring in someone like us who has to fix it, and like, Jesus Christ, what do they actually do? Like,
Yeah.
it's just what do you? It's just this
Oh.
idea of, oh, I'll start an agency, and
Hmm.
then just no follow through. They'll do 3 social media posts that they did on Canva a month or something. You're like, what is going on, lads? It's just they've damaged the brand, they've damaged everything, and you have to fix it.
Yeah.
Uh, so you've had to pick up pieces as well.
Yeah, and it's just it comes down to cost. And I think that the ones that leave the biggest mess are the ones that charge absolutely like very little.
Yeah,
And they undercut, and they're like, oh, this person's doing it for 500 a month, I'll do it for 80.
yeah.
And then people are like, oh my god, amazing, thank you. And then they're learning on the job and
You
they
get
mess
what you pay
things up.
for. You get what you pay
Exactly.
for.
Yeah,
Like there's a
exactly.
very, very rare scenario where they actually turn out good.
That's exactly it. And it's like, if you want to go with somebody that is, we'll say, like fresh out and doing their thing, but if they're selling you this thing that they don't really know themselves, then I wouldn't trust that.
Yeah,
I always say, because I work like with graduates, and I say, like, okay, if you're starting to work with somebody, if you're trying to build up your portfolio, be completely open and honest and say, I'm going to work for free on your account for 3 months, but I will be learning on the job. So I will not promise you that I'm going to get you sales, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do all this stuff. And that's fine, because at least then they're being open and honest. But it's when somebody comes in and they're like, we're a new marketing agency, we'll get you this, this, this. They take over the company, or they take over, like, we'll say, all the social medias. They set up the wrong pixel. They have messed up analytics. They create,
URLs.
yeah, they create this content, and now like nothing is really working together. The business owner gets frustrated and gives them like a couple of warnings, and then the wrong thing gets posted at the wrong time. They miss messages, they miss things, and then they're like, because they're so cheap, they've probably taken on hundreds of people
Yeah,
to work with, and they're like, oh, sorry, messed up on that, apologies. And then someone like you or me come in, and like, because the company now is like, okay, I need someone to help me, like my stuff is a mess. And then you're like, who set up your analytics? The other agency. Who set up your pixel? The other agency. Who's the page owner? The other agency. And it's like trying to get that information
yeah,
back from the agency who's like done with you, and after messing it up probably ghosted you or cut you off.
yeah.
like there's nothing more
Yeah,
frustrating for the business
exactly.
owner
And then
and
a lot of the time you might have to restart everything because you can't
yeah.
get access to the page. They own the page.
Oh
But
yeah, I've had to start Instagram pages from
yeah,
scratch.
yeah, it's disgusting. And you have
It's
people then on the other side of business owners going, lads,
yeah.
why are you 800 euro a month? Why are you 1600 a month? It's like you're only doing 20 hours work. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, but I've also done 5 to 7 years of learning this and creating, like you're paying for my experience, you're not paying for my time. So
That's
this is
oh my god, that's I've had two of these conversations this week with other
yeah.
people in this industry where they're like, because we look at other people's pricing and we're like, how are they physically doing that work for that price?
Mhm.
Because it's like it's undercutting all of us completely. And but we're like, but we charge for the value that we add to a company from our experience and being able to be like, oh, I think I know what to do. And there's a difference between I think I know what to do and false promising to, right, guys, I know what to do. Like, give it to me. Trust
Here's the
me.
game
I've got
plan.
it.
Blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
Let's go,
I've
let's
seen
go.
this before with this,
Yeah.
and I've done that before with that, and I've seen this issue. This is how you fix it, instead of like deer in the headlights. And that's what you're paying for. You're paying for, like you said, somebody who has years of experience, who knows all the pitfalls
Yeah.
and
We've
can
been in the
grow.
trenches. People like us have been in the trenches. We've
Hmm.
had the PR disasters. We've had the problems. We've had the team. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for 200 euro a month or through 250 a week, whatever it is, whatever you're
Yeah.
charging, you're
Hmm.
paying for the quality. Like, I know companies and I know brands that can't
Hmm.
afford that kind of money and are paying the 70 euro a week or paying the 100 euro a month. And it
Yeah.
shows, it massively shows on their socials and their brand.
Yeah, and the fact that that pricing is so low, that means that those companies are probably working with a lot of clients, so they're churning out content constantly, and that's where the client love gets like replaced.
Mhm.
It's like you're not just working with, like, if let's just say I have a team of like 100 people and now I'm like, John, I'm just going to charge 50 euro a month to like hundreds of people and chuck all the work to all these other like people in my team that are just churning out content constantly. All the content's going to look similar. No one's going to be working with me. They're going to be working with the team, and the quality isn't going to be that good. Like
The
the
messaging, this has the
the
story,
message.
the heart, everything behind it just doesn't stand out at all. Now,
Yeah,
I feel there might be some people listening to us who are new agencies and they're like, oh, I'm one of those guys who charge 150 euro. Like, if you've told the business you're new and you're up and coming and you're
yeah,
learning, fine.
yeah,
I completely understand. No problem. Charge you
yeah.
need to charge just to get your foot in the door. I completely understand that.
Yes.
But
But
if you're this quick get rich
yeah.
scenario agency and 70, we've 70 clients, it's like
Mhm.
you're doing it wrong. Straight out the gate, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
So
Agreed. It's more like you said, if you're starting out and you want to get 3 or 4 clients and you want to charge a very, very small fee for your first 6 months to get an actual portfolio for yourself, makes sense, right? But
mhm,
being open with that company being like, we're new, we want to use your company as whatever, so we're giving you a discount. And if you're happy after 6 months to become a retainer client, this is going to be your fee.
exactly.
So you're not taking, like, the one thing I would say about discounted pricing for a business owner is be mindful that that person could be working with so many other clients that you probably won't get much attention and
In
much
fact, is it
care.
okay? Do you think it's okay for them to ask? Do you mind me asking how many clients you work with?
I think it might be fair. Like, I wouldn't say ask who their clients are,
No, you can say ask
but
how
it's more
many.
like, yeah, it's more like be upfront and be like, look, I
Just
know that you're creating content for me. I'm just wondering, like, how often we touch base, and
how
if
many
there's
hours a week are you dedicating to me, give or take?
yeah. And like, if you are a new business owner, just take it handy on how many clients you take on, because you'll overwhelm yourself at work if you're
And
that cheap.
you just get a bad name. I've
Yeah.
I've literally had people come up to me. One guy was chatting to Pat Phelan,
Yeah.
Sisu, huge brand, huge stuff, and they were working with an agency. And I said, "How are you getting on with them?" He goes, "Oh, we fired them last week. Atrocious."
Stop.
I won't say who or whatever, but he said they were atrocious, and we paid a retainer, and we were getting generic content. And he said they were never busy. They were always too busy to chat to us. They were
Mm.
always other clients, and oh yeah, we'll do this and promise this. And he says, yeah, we're moving on to something else. I think he has his own in it. This was about a year ago or so.
Yeah.
Uh, but I love Pat like that. He's very honest, straight up forward. Like,
Mhm.
but um yeah, you just get such a bad name. He says, I've told all my friends in business to stay away from these guys. They're not good. They're not
Yeah.
worth. They're just not worth the time to sit down with them, meet them. So it
Mm.
comes back to bite you. My room 101. That was a good one. Thank you, Adam. We
Yeah.
got heated. Thank you, Adam. My room 101, and it's a bit of a shitty one, but and I know, Muriel, but I don't care that you graduated. I don't want to see your pictures on LinkedIn. Like,
Hey,
I know. I can't say,
stop
Muriel,
taking my
Muriel,
comment from earlier, making
Muriel,
it a 101.
Muriel. I know. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Every second post is, I'm delighted to be a graduate of this. I understand it's a huge
Oh,
achievement.
sorry, you're talking about the actual post that they're making
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they
I
graduated.
understand.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't agree with that.
I know you don't, and I understand the work you've put into it, and I understand this, but I don't care.
That is Jay.
It's cold blooded, isn't it?
Oh, I don't agree with that at all.
I know. That's why I said I know.
Whoo,
I know.
that's an audience splitter. That is.
I know. Maybe it's because I didn't go to college. Maybe it's because I didn't do all that, and I don't think people on LinkedIn care about your graduate pictures, do they?
Jay,
Come
it's
on, hit me.
so okay. There is a thing. Okay, I know earlier I mentioned like don't make your profile picture your graduation photo, right? But that's standard because you've graduated. You might be in a job, and if you're job hunting, do a headshot because like you don't want to look like you're literally like I'm newly graduated with no experience. Like throw a professional headshot there, 100%. But the fact that they've finished their college course, they're probably tagging their fellow, like
Alumni or
students
whatever.
or
Yeah.
whatever, like classmates. They may have worked on some business projects that they want to tag the business owner and whatever. And the fact that it's more of a case that I'm finished college and this is what I worked on. And then it's more to be like, this is my first step into LinkedIn because I'm now looking for a job. And like, I don't begrudge people for
I
doing
like.
that. It's a
I'm
massive
not.
achievement.
Yes, I completely agree. It's a massive achievement. Like they've done 4 or 5 years. They might be doing masters. They might be doing all this kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
huge. They spent a lot of money, a lot of time. I'm just saying personally, I don't care.
You are, okay. Do you know what? There might be people who agree with you on this.
Not that I don't like. Yeah,
I'm a
I'm not explaining
lecturer
more.
and
Yeah, I
I
know what you are.
totally
Of
disagree with
course,
you.
I love it, and that's why I love this podcast. And I apologize for.
Oh yeah. Like I'm a tiny bit odd with you now over that.
I
But
know
like,
you are. I know. Look, it is what it is.
you have your opinion, that's fine.
Oh, I love it. It's
Anyway.
just, you know what it is? It's just the once a year get, like, most of the time it doesn't even happen because you don't see it. It's just the once a year you get flooded and your whole feed comes up 2 weeks full of graduation pictures. Fine. Fine, Muriel. Fine. I'll put up with it. We should leave it there, guys.
You want to actually give an old shout out to your Movember page, to your fundraising page.
Oh yeah, if you want Movember, you can go link in my bio. I am Jay Woodard. Just raising. I asked my granddad to prostate cancer, so that's why I do it every year.
Mm-hmm.
I have an awful tash. Looks like terrible tash.
Yeah.
Oh, they're swiping at me now because she's annoyed at me.
Well, no, I always say that my dad's the only person who's allowed to have a mustache
I know.
all year round.
So yeah, raising money. I'm on the Republic of Work team, so we're just raising money. I think they raised $3.5 last year, which is epic. So yeah, check it out. Do check out Republic of Work's contest on our Instagram page or their Twitter or republicofwork.com/content-is-king. Excuse me, King. Muriel, you have a live in half an hour.
I do.
With Shan. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Good chatting to you soon. And guys, thank you for listening. Appreciate your time. Subscribe, review, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We'll
Bye.
see you next week. Bye.